I've got my life invested in you right now. Can't turn my back on all the
Greetings. My name is Apple Wise. Together, we are known as Green's Connection from the small island of Grenada.
And everything has its price. All my assets.
Together on this channel, we talk anything music. Father, as we come to you with this message, we ask that you guide and protect those who feel lost and those in need. We are not perfect people, but as time flies, we learn and teach as your words and lessons taught to us.
And last March 2011, I was going through some songs that I wanted to put on the album that is being released on September the 11th.
Just for you, girl, I'm committed. Keeping this love alive, I'm committed.
In this episode, let's take a look at Third World. They did tracks like Railroad Track, 96 Degrees in the Shade, Now That We Found Love, Cool Meditation, and a load more of hits. Third World started when keyboard player Michael Ibu Cooper and guitarist Stephen Cat Core, who had originally played in Alley Cats and Inner Circle, subsequently left to form their own band along with Inner Circle Milton Pretty Hamilton. They recruited bassist Richard Daly, formerly of Ken Booth's band and Tomorrow's Children, and added drummer Carl Barovier and former Inner Circle percussionist Irvin Carrot Jarrett before making their own live duet in early 1974.
And the experience, the folks, the fruits, the smell of the various towns, Portland, Port Antonio, Negril, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. I mean, a great place, man. It's right now. It's great to be in Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
It's a great feeling. You can boast, not about just the sports and the music, but we can boast about our people and our country that we have achieved so much in just 50 years. Can you imagine Jamaica was 400 years, man?
After recording some tracks with Godfrey Chung, which were not released, the band's first singles was self-produced Railroad Track. In the early days, they played primarily in Kingston's hotel and nightclubs, and along with the Wailers, supported the Jackson 5 when they played at Jamaica National Stadium.
When I saw you in Chicago the other day, it was a pleasure because I always think that more journalists, Jamaican journalists, should come on tour with people like Beres, Beanham and Third World, and really come back and tell the Jamaican people what our music and our culture, what it does to people abroad.
Every day they just treat and chat. Even when they see us too, they wonder why I've got you. I know why.
They were soon signed by Island Records and toured Europe with the Wailers. The band's self-titled duet album was released in 1976. The album included a cover of Sata Masagana, originally performed by the Abyssinians, which became a local hit. Hamilton and Cornell Marshall were replaced by two more former Inner Circle members, singer William Bunny Ruggs Clark and drummer Willie Stewart, before the recording of their second album, 96 Degrees in the Shade, 1977, which included several local hits. Notable among its 8 tracks, after a reference to the 1865 Morant Bay Revolution, Rhythm of Life, and the album's only cover, Dreamland, written by Bunny Wailer, they played in front of 80,000 people at the Smile Jamaica Festival in 1976. In 1977, the band collaborated with psychiatrist Frederick Eklund at the Explanations show that was performed at Kingston's Little Theatre early the following year. Third World's greatest success came in the late 1970s and early 1980s, peaking with a cover version
Never leave me alone there.
of the OJ's Now That We Found Love from Third World. Third World's greatest from their third Journey album, Journey to Addis. After its initial recording, the single was remixed at the behest of Island Records Special Projects Division Head, Alex Masushi, with new vocals and an up-tempo beat. Now That We Found Love became a hit single on both sides of the Atlantic in 1978, reaching the top 10 in the UK.
That's right.
Journey to Addis became a top 30 hit album in the UK. They had first met Stevie Wonder in Jamaica in 1976, and the single promoted him to perform with them at Reggae Sunsplash Festival in the 1981 in the wake of Bob Marley's death. Playing his tribute to Marley, Master Blaster, the Third World went on to perform several times at the festival, and they also took part in the Reggae Sunsplash USA tour in 1985. Wonder also wrote along with Melody A. Macaulay their 1982 hit Try Jah Love, which brought them further exposure in North America. They were also guests during the third season of SCTV. Amid claims of artistic differences, Carrot split from the band in the mid-1980s. The resulting five-piece band went on to record more commercial tunes such as Sense of Purpose, Reggae Ambassador, Forbidden Love, and Committed. The version of Now That We Found Love was used as a basis of Heavy D's 1991 hit rap version. In 1992, they returned to work with Stephen Stewart and Godfrey Chung on the album Committed. In 1983, Third World had crossover success in the UK jazz funk since their reggae single Lagos Jump, largely thanks to Robbie Vincent and Jeff Young, who played the 12-inch version of the Radio London shows. The track also became popular on the London club scene, and in particular at Flicks in Dartford. Telstar Record released a double album compilation in 1983, which collected up to all mainstream club extended versions.
When I was leaving, I said to him, how would he feel about doing 96 Degrees Over, a new version? And he said it will be an honor. That was his words to me. And from that, things started to happen, and we started to get together, and so we just blended the whole family in together. And it's really cool. It's really cool being with ghetto youths. There's something about what they're doing. They're looking at music in a very positive way. And they're looking at music not in just a positive way, but in a very musical way as well.
And remixes by artists and groups that had enjoyed relatively good UK chart success between 1981 and 1983. Entitled In the Groove, the completion's lead track on part 2 was Third World's extended version of Dancing on the Floor, Hooked on Love. The track had originally been released in 1981 in 7-inch edited and 12-inch extended versions, and included on Third World's Rock the World album. With the release of Telstar completion, this brought about an upsurge of interest in Third World's dance floor output, certainly paved the way for the next 2 years recording with Columbia Records CBS. In 1985, the group's focus steered by shifting music scene with the release of Scene of Purpose. The single was released as a 7-inch edit. Also in 1985, Now That We Found Love was back in the UK charts again as Paul Hardcastle decided to release a club remix, but as it was Case of the Train remix, putting the Hardcastle signature sound of electronic keyboards on the track and reverbing the opening vocal.
Thank you for watching.